Realized that I forgot to bring in the list of stuff that I needed. I hate it when this drives me nuts. I feel like we're in a really good spot right now. I will take... Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena. I am a 10th year special education teacher in the state of Iowa, and this is my ESY classroom setup vlog part 2. Sitting in the parking lot to my school. If you watched part 1, you know that there was a list of things that I needed to pick up for my classroom that I just, for whatever reason, slipped my mind when I was packing a month ago of things I was going to need. Things like some iPads for some of my student rewards, Velcro for creating some visual schedules. I need to get some pens and pencils that I can write with, some basic things that I need myself for teaching. So I'm going to pick that up quick. Then I have a rescheduled lunch date from the last video as well, because surprise, surprise, we're in a tornado warning. If you've watched any of my vlogs this spring, you know that we have been hit with just a lot of severe weather, more than normal, I would say. I was in my ESY classroom setting up, which is different than the classroom that I teach at during the regular school year. It's at a different school for the summer. And all of a sudden I came out, and the people I was supposed to have dinner with, they're actually the associates that work in my room, told me that we were in a tornado watch and wanted to reschedule. So we're doing that today. So I really need to get in the classroom, get what I need, and head there because I'm going to be late anyway. So welcome back. I'm glad you're here, and let's get started with part 2 of setup. I just got to my classroom and realized that I forgot to bring in the list of stuff that I needed. Oh my gosh, so dumb. But it looks and smells like they've cleaned the carpet and everything in here and things, because yeah, some of the stuff has already been put back, like the pictures that I gave them. So some of the future videos will be setting up this classroom, even though a lot of it is set up already, but I've got some things to change and edit. So, okay, I need to hurry myself up though now and grab the stuff that I actually need, that I can remember. I might be stopping back here again because I left my checklist of the stuff I actually needed to grab in my car. Pregnancy brain at its finest. Some things I remembered I needed. Okay, the pens and pencils, Velcro, brought another book case. I got the iPads, I got a couple more timers, some more containers. That's all I can remember off the top of my head though. So I guess we shall see when I get there what else I forgot. Feeling like a rock star because I just read through my checklist and I got everything that I needed. So, you know, pregnancy brain might have forgotten the list, but it did not forget what was on the list. That right there is impressive. So what's not impressive is that right now I am 8 minutes late for my lunch date with friends, and I still need to drive there. So let's go get ourselves some Mexican food, and then we will head back to our classroom setup. Lunch was great. I just pulled up to the school. Need to grab my cardigan because it is sprinkling out. It was pouring rain last time I left here, and it's sprinkling now that I'm back again. Just can't get away from it, I guess. So let's bring our stuff in, and I was told that the stuff that I didn't think got delivered to me from my last time here in the video, I read in an email later this week that it was still in the office, that teachers just sent it and it, for whatever reason, got put in the office. I don't know why my stuff I sent got sent to the actual room. Maybe because I labeled the room that I was going to be in and knew what room I was in, and maybe these teachers just put it to be at this elementary school and didn't label specifically the room. So maybe that's why it's still sitting in the office. But anyways, I'm gonna bring my stuff in and then go check the office and see if that's where the remaining items are that I'm gonna need. This this all makes a lot more sense now. So there's a lot more things to go through next. I was going to go through my stuff first, but then as I was thinking about it, that doesn't make sense, because if I've got stuff out of here that I need to put away, I need to do that first to know everything that I have before I completely go through all of this. But I can get my pens and pencils out. That's for me. Okay, let's see what else is over here. More things for one-to-one counting. Need to keep this labeled well for each student so that the stuff gets back to the right teacher, because I've had multiple teachers send me things now. I've got some writing rubrics, number rubric, IEP, stuff I already printed for myself, but that's fine. It's nice that they were trying to be proactive. This has I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused about this chart. So, okay. These look like games. There's not directions with them though. I wish I understood automatically what these meant to be used for, but I don't. Here's a communication binder. That's helpful. I've got another student's over there, so I need to label these well. Oh look, they've got one of these, they sent a schedule, because this was the reason I brought Velcro to for myself, was so that I could do this. So here's one that I don't have to make. I'll label that for that student. Okay, this is gonna be confusing because this is literally the same exact buckets that I have. So I need to remember that this is hers and to send it back from, because look at all the stuff I brought. Literally the same buckets. We got magnet tiles in here, so I'm assuming these are reward activities. I open this blue bucket if I can get it. Fidgets. Okay, so this is probably a break box, I'm assuming. Okay, I brought sticky notes, if I can find them. Yes. So I need to start labeling this. I hate it when this drives me nuts. Just, I want them all to go the same direction. You don't need to be cool. It's more annoying. It's more annoying that this little accordion thing happens. It's not helpful. Then I have to flip it every time I write on it and figure out where the sticky is. First world problems. I think I'll put these in that hidden corner back here. I've got another shelf of buckets for specific students, so I just put it over there. Let's see this big box. Broken. It's felt, and there's a bunch of figures. Role player count. Oh, that's sticky. Ew. Where's my sanitizing wipes? I didn't like that. Gross. Okay, more counters. I don't know who this came from. More of these. God. These are nice and labeled. Beginning sounds. CBC work. Syllables. And it's an acrylic. I like this organization system. I just don't know who this is from or who it's for. Got some more of these counters. So this is obviously for math. I like it. Just don't know whose it is. Geometry, shapes. I like these activities. These are great. all the pieces, the geometric pieces. Not labeled though who this is for, so I'm gonna have to do my best. There is somebody's last name on here, so I guess I can go and sift through my students' teachers that qualified them. I'll go look through on Achieve and find the teachers that qualified them in the school year and try to figure out who's supposed to go to. Or I can look at the goals, but the thing is, a lot of them have similar goals. So just because someone sent me stuff with CVC work, like 4 of the kids in here need CVC work. So that doesn't really like tell me who this came for. No, this box is just an old Amazon box from one of our district directors. Not helpful. But another thing I guess I'm gonna stack behind my table for now. Don't know on that one. I do know who those are for, so I guess I can label those. I'm just gonna say, okay, this table also needs to get wiped off now that I'm working here. I guess I'm just gonna have a bunch of boxes behind me because I'm not hauling over my big cubicle of stuff to organize things in, so just is what it is. I'm gonna have to get over it, and for 4 weeks I can live out of boxes, I guess. Okay, well, now I just made this wet though because I wiped it off, so that was smart. Okay, last bucket of the new stuff. I'm not sure I was supposed to take this. My stuff was stacked on top of it, but this looks like all brand new stuff. There's whiteboards. Maybe they just sent it to us for ESY. Maybe I should check with my SPED coordinator to see if, like, this is all brand new materials. Calculators and pencils. There's like 5 things of markers in here. Sidewalk chalk. Brand new timers. I've got brand new books in here. Oh yeah, it does say our school district ESY on there. Okay, so this is for me. Interesting. So I went back to my school to grab stuff that apparently I didn't need to, but I do need to leave all this stuff in here because it's ESY stuff. It's not just my stuff. But good to know. Glad that there's, oh, and Kleenex, some stickers. Okay, I can deal with that. I think next I'm just, without talking you through everything, going to try to finish putting things away in here that I brought because I didn't actually bring that much stuff, and I already showed you from my classroom what I brought. So you're just gonna get some clips of me organizing right now.
Start of the night and I'm waiting to call you. It's knocking on doors in the dark, I've been walking hours. Been laid up on the news, now you're lying. The look up on your face, now you smile. It's the start of the night and I'm waiting to call you. It's knocking on doors in the dark, I've been walking hours. Been laid up on the news, now you're lying. The look up on
First thing I'm thinking right now is that I'm really mad at myself for not bringing a water bottle to drink. That is unlike me. I usually have my drinks with me everywhere, but I kind of rushed out of the house today so I could get my son to daycare before, and this is really silly because it's not like I had to get up early. Like, I laid in bed till I woke up at 9, then laid in bed and just kind of scrolled on my phone till 10, and then finally went to work out and left the house by 11. So me rushing out of the house is just my own fault. But that being said, I did rush out of the house really late to just get him to daycare so that I could get to my school and then get to my lunch date that I was already late for anyways. Besides all of that though, I'm gonna read you what I have left to do on my checklist. And I already started working on one of them. So one thing I need to do is get all the data sheets out and ready for tomorrow. Progress monitoring for behavior is daily, so I need to make sure all of those are out and ready. And then I need to figure out access to the Clever Touch because my slides need to run off of this, but now I'm looking at this and they didn't leave out the keyboard, the remote, or the mouse to it. And one of our directions for the end of the year, so isn't this teacher's fault, one of our directions for the end of the year was to put away all the technology and make sure it was locked up. So there are cupboards over here that have locks on them that I don't have the key to. So I need to reach out to somebody about access to this. Otherwise I'm gonna have to run just stuff off of my computer on Monday, which will work. It's just not ideal to be sitting here and working off my computer, but we'll do what we have to do until I figure out where I get access to this at. I need to figure out the bus schedules for Monday, when kids are coming, what bus they're coming on to get them off of, and then load them back up on. I need to double check my daily slides and just double check and make sure that those are ready. I worked on those last time that I was here, but then I had to rush out to get to my chiro appointment thinking that I was coming back here, and then I didn't end up coming back here. So I need to just double check that. And then the reinforcement systems for all the kids. So I just went ahead, put all the kids on here. The student, do I have a communication device for them or not? Whether it's a device or binder, whatever it is, do I have their communication pieces? A visual schedule ready? No one has that ready because I need to make that right now. And then do I have their reinforcement system? I brought the ones from my students. No one else did actually. A couple kids sent their communication binders and the stuff that I saw here, but nobody sent the reinforcement system. So I'm gonna need to get on my computer, and actually I printed out all of their IEPs and ESY plans, so maybe I can just check it out in my binder. But I need to figure out, is it every 5 tokens and a 5-minute reward? Like, that's pretty basic of how it generally is, but that's definitely not just like a rule of thumb for everybody. I need to figure out what everybody's reinforcement schedule is. So that's my checklist to make sure I have for everybody. And I think I'm gonna organize all of those probably in this nice big bucket. And if this isn't big enough, I've got another one down there, but I will just keep them separated by student, and hopefully this fits everything. I also have some big clipboards here that I was planning on well, I thought I brought more of these, but there's only 4 here right now. So I'm gonna need one, and my associate's gonna need one for data sheets. And then, no, I've got 4 kids on here that don't have reinforcement systems. So I might have to use these for visual schedules and reinforcement systems for them. And take this off. My associate and I'm gonna have to figure something else out for us and to put all of the, I don't know. Do I have binders that I could use? Blank ones? Ugh, I don't know. That's a pain. I do have my pictures, and they sent for like visual schedule pieces, and they sent these, which is really nice, but I don't actually have one of these laminators. Shocking. I know I should just invest in one, but our school has one, and our school secretaries just laminate stuff for us. I guess we're spoiled that way, but all I have to do is put my name on it and put it in the correct pile for them, and that's what they do in their downtime in between, is laminate stuff for us, which is really nice. But they don't work the summers, so thankfully my principal actually printed this for me on color, because our print shop that we send stuff to, also, if I don't have access to a color printer at school, I have to send it to the print shop for them to print for me. They also don't work the summer, so I had to ask my principal to print this at school because she has access to the color printer at school. So she did that for me, kind of her, but I don't, yeah, it's not laminated, and it's just gonna be what it is. I guess we're gonna go 4 weeks with these. I'm gonna cut them out, and I'm gonna put Velcro on the back of them anyways, and it's just gonna be life. That's what it is. So let's get started on some of that.
Stay up in my brain, stay up in my brain, the moment's coming soon on at the end of the day. Come on, come with me, we're sipping on your water. We're chilling, cabana, could roll like your nana. Could play ya, come with you, we're singing like the morning. Break your heart in silence, cause the sun's out so you gotta. It's the start of the night and I'm waiting to call you. It's knocking on doors in the dark, I've been walking out. Been laid up on the news, now you're lying. The look up on your face, now you're smiling. Stay up in my brain, stay up in my brain. Been laid up on the news.
I'm gonna walk you through what I'm doing here. I'm gonna be honest that this is a working 4 card that I found laying out here, and I'm gonna use it, and I'll try to remember to leave it here at the end of the 4 weeks, and if I don't think they're even gonna realize they're missing it, but I'm not gonna remake this if it's already made. I have some of these in my classroom, and this was something that I should have grabbed. Wasn't on my list to grab, but I should have, and right now I'm making more tokens to go on it, and that is also something that I should have grabbed because I also have those pre-made in my classroom, but that slipped my mind. I brought the other, like the Velcro to make these, but I didn't think about like the pieces I need. I've got these already made for students that I sent, right? This is what I like to use, but neither here nor there. I'm not gonna stress about it. So the thing is though, I usually put the rough side on the board and then put the soft side on the back of these. So the pre-made ones I have wouldn't have gone with this. I would have had to have grabbed one of my own boards, but whatever. I don't have all of the numbers for these and what I was finding. I've got 0, 1, 2, 4, and 5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip them over and I'm gonna put the Velcro on this side and then probably draw something on this side. But yeah, if you just Velcro on the back of this, then these always have blank on the other side of it. So when you're looking for these, just a tip for anybody watching, if you're ever looking for these for reinforcement systems and they come with usually letters or numbers on them, buy them. Just put the Velcro on this side of them so you've got the blank side. I usually put pictures of preferred items that the kids like on this side, and then I put the Velcro on the back side, and then they get kind of messy looking because I always tape them down because glue doesn't stick very well. But I think I'm just gonna have to use a Sharpie for each one of these and Velcro on the back side, and that's gonna be what it is. So I'm gonna get my Sharpies out and go ahead and make that. There we go. Got the hard side of the Velcro on the back. Just drew smiley faces, really simple on the front. Like I said, I usually like to put pictures of students' preferred things, but we're working with time constraints. So one of these is done. I need to flip through and just, I need to pull out probably from my kids' reinforcement system, some of the reward options on here. So there's pictures of things that they can choose what they're working for. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I got that done.
But some things are too good to believe in. I just wanna know you believe me, yeah. How could I lie to you? Why you tripping? I just want serenity, so you can miss me with the negativity, and you can witness all the possibilities. And it hit different when you feel the energy, and I'm a lot of energy for enemies. I keep the peace, I let the hate be rest in peace. I take it from the streets and bring it to the beach, and it don't gotta end, just put it on repeat. Though you don't trust what you can't see, some things are left to believe.
Okay, I just finished going through everybody's behavior plans and finding their reinforcement systems and replacement behaviors and just making notes for myself so that when we start on Monday, I can just flip through and see, yes, I have that ready to go. I did go through and just make notes on this. I was intending to wipe this off, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm going to just leave this also for like short notes for myself because I've got 4 kids that I've got over here on token systems. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 on token systems, and then the rest of them have, well, one has to work for 10 minutes and then gets a 10-minute reward, and then the others have to work for X amount. It doesn't have to be the same every time. It just has to be like, this is the task you have to complete, and then you get reward time. It doesn't say how long reward time is there in the plan, so that's frustrating. Please be specific when you're writing behavior plans, how long a student must work for in order to get reward, and then how long that reward time is expected to be. Frustrating, but anyways, then I've got a couple of kids that are on needing to do X amount of work. This is your task, and then you get reward. I'm gonna make it be 5 minutes because that's what usually most of my kids are on, 5-minute reward timers. So I'm gonna use these now to create some visual schedules and make sure that I've got visuals of what I brought for reward options, since not everybody sent reward options. And yeah, send a couple emails about like the access to the Clever Touch and figure out the bus schedules. And then I need to get out of here because this is not my ideal Friday night. This is the last Friday that I'm gonna be here for. So I wanna do those things, and then I'll give you one last final tour before Monday. But yeah, we're almost ready to be out of here.
Where have you been? Where have you been? I miss you now. Where have you been? Where's your head? Where's your head at? I need you now. Won't you come back?
I feel like we're in a really good spot right now. I will take you on a tour shortly. I have a few emails that I need to send, and then I am going to really just double check my lesson plans at home via my computer, and yeah, give you a last little tour of the room before Monday. But I feel like we're in a good spot, and yeah, let's send a couple emails and get out of here quickly. Okay, it is 4:45, so let's do a quick room tour, and then I'm gonna go pick up my son, get out of here for the day, and we'll be back Monday to see how this all pans out. Coming into the room quickly, I've got an iPad charging in there. This stuff belongs to the other teacher, but I do love all of our zones and emotional regulation work here. We've got growth mindset stuff here. Bowel Valley, love that. Okay, here's the area where I have set up, and I'm just gonna preface this again. I feel like I've said this a lot, but this is not how I will be setting up my own classroom. But because this is only a 4-week temporary thing, I'm not bringing a bunch of furniture over here. So you are going to see a lot of things labeled with sticky notes and a lot of things just sitting on the floor in tubs. And that's just how it's gonna stay because this is a temporary 4-week setup. But here we go. Okay. In this area, obviously there's the phone. I've got Velcro and all of the things that I'm gonna need to use for future lessons to put on the visual schedules in here. Got my fast probes, clear sleeves for work, logical consequences, directions for A reading. I don't need that, I guess, here, but it is nice to have like the scores and benchmark scores. Haggerty books. I put, these belong to the teacher whose room this is. This is where I put all of the social skills books and cleaning wipes, quick social skills, emotion, cards, activities, and some like crafting materials, markers and stuff. Here I've got all my math manipulatives in that bucket. Right here we've got today's schedule. This is what I was working on that time lapse of like what I'm going to be doing with that first group of kids, who's going to be with me or the associate, some timers. Every day is a holiday. I use that as part of my morning message. Here's where I organize just some quick grab and go things. You can see the sticky notes, pencils, erasers, pens and pencils. I had to grab that from my room. Kleenex, hand sanitizer, stapler, all that good stuff. Here's my organized instructional materials. This is UFly stuff. This is UFly stuff. Math, decodables, and so decodables I put in these file folders, and phonics for reading stuff in there. This keeps falling off. Tap it, map it, zap it. Crafts and progress monitoring storage. Here I've got the thematic books and units that I'm going to be using. iPad charging station right here. Got it plugged into there. I've got 3 iPads, 2 chargers right now. We're just gonna have to share. That's just the way it's gonna be. Okay. This is one of the things I unboxed today from another teacher, all for a specific student. I've got it labeled that way underneath the sticky note. This stuff that came for ESY, specifically from my school district, I pulled a lot of it out, but here's the stuff I haven't specifically pulled out yet. So we've got a lot of erasers and some whiteboards, sidewalk chalk, coloring things, some books, and some Sharpies, which I will be taking to my classroom when this is done, believe me. This has a question mark on it because I still don't know which student this goes to. Hopefully it becomes apparent pretty quickly, but I do like the activities that are in here, so those will get used. This is a bucket specifically for a student. Actually, both of these are. So if you watched my last vlog, part 1 to the ESY setup, I went through everything that's in there, so I won't make you go through that. And then these are just some of the extra bins that I brought today. Always good to have those on hand. That's my code for getting out of the building. Okay, on the desk, I put stuff I'm going to use with students. So whiteboards, erasers, pencils, and such. Usually in my classroom, I have this, like this is in an acrylic thing that I keep behind my desk until I need to use it. I don't obviously have that here, but some stickers, a car, index cards, and then like I said earlier, I wish I had that to a laminator to be able to use that. Here's my quick notes. This is the bus list that everyone's on, so it's turned over right now. Here's my quick notes of, I did do everybody's visual schedule, by the way, how they get reinforcements and what their communication is. I've got, this is the social skills book we're gonna do Monday. These are all the behavior progress monitoring sheets. I'm gonna keep the name off of it, but I just put it in the hours that they're going to be here, and then the entire week is all on one page. They'll only be here for an hour each day. I didn't need to waste an entire page on that. And then my schedule and binder for each student. But okay, those are my notes and things. I put all the communication binders that we're going to need and reinforcement systems in there to use, and I wish I had a better cubby, or not a cubby, but like a cup for these. Oh well, these are all the things that I brought for rewards that kids can choose from, so we'll use those to do a very modified preference assessment each day. Let's go right next to my teacher table desk. I've got different students reward and break buckets, or there's something different buckets. Back here, I've got all the edible reinforcements. Those are actually some more rewards. If students choose like crafting or that light box, that is for a specific student. And yeah, the bins that I sent my things in are there as well. Then this is where my associate will work. I put the schedule for the student she's gonna have right away and who it's with. And then, yeah, this is Kleenex, obviously. I put whiteboards in here for her, some timers, hand sanitizer, dry erase markers. This is one of the first thematic books she's going to do for tomorrow, and then I'm going to cover that. But in each of these sleeves is like broken into 15-minute chunks of the activity that she's doing with each student. And then here, I just put together materials for her that she will be using. She's got half of the behavior progress monitoring here, and then here's her binder of things. It's basically like mine with all the info she's gonna need. The space we're not using, so it's just, this is all storage for the regular school year, but we will not be using that while we're in here. So that is it. That's the room. That's what we've got set up. I will try to do a week in my life next week so you can see how the first week goes, see how we adjust after day one, because I'm sure we will. And yeah, I am excited to take you along with me and have some teacher content through the summer, because you know, some of us still, while we're on our breaks, like to binge the teacher content, but there's not a lot of it coming out other than classroom setup. So I will be walking you through what we do, what my lesson plans are, and all that good stuff next week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, stick around for all my future uploads, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.